elections. But this time round, they have another issue to peg on the demonstrations, and it is in regards to the Elections Laws Amendment Bill 2017 that was tabled in both houses, that is the National Assembly and the Senate, that is last week. And we understand that the ad hoc committee that consists of members from the National Assembly and the Senate begin collecting their views this morning, and they have until Thursday so that any interested Kenyan can go issue any views that they feel it should be considered before that bill is debated at the floor of the House. Betty, we are yet to confirm whether the rather the NASA principals will be attending today's demonstrations. Remember that the last time, that was on Tuesday last week, they didn't attend the demos, and those demonstrators were actually dispersed by the police before the NASA principals arrived. And asked where they did not attend, the response from the NASA presidential candidate was that the foot soldiers made their point, and it's not always that the main soldiers or those who lead from the front will always be at the battlefield. There are those foot soldiers who will, of course, be sending that message, and so we'll be waiting to see whether the NASA principals will be attending today's demonstrations, Betty.
Chris, just going back to what happened last week, and we also saw quite a number of Jubilee supporters also coming out to sort of like counter what the NASA supporters were doing. Are we likely to see that today?
Yes, Betty. Actually, yesterday, those the Jubilee supporters, and they are calling themselves or going by the name that the Nairobi business community members, and it has been a name that has been has been controversial both in the public element and in the social media. And yesterday, they made it categorical that they will be joining the NASA demonstrators. For them, they are against the demonstrations, and what they are protesting is against the disruption of the normal businesses. Remember that along this university road, there are different businesses. There is a Shell petrol station. There are other businesses. You head to Koinange Street, where we expect that the demonstrators will be using that route as they head to Anniversary Towers. And so those who own those businesses, they will definitely close so that they can pave way for those demonstrators to pass. And it's tension when they pass, singing and heckling, and the fear of any businessman is to go into losses, and what they opt is to close their businesses and maybe open later when calm has returned. During last demonstrations, that is on Tuesday, what we witnessed was that there were those Jubilee supporters who managed to join the NASA demonstrators, and they nearly came to a physical confrontation. And when police noticed this, they were forcefully dispersed and by police hurling tear gas canisters, and peace or calm returned from that moment. And let's wait and see how it will be. But what we understand is that police have increased in their numbers, and there is a good number of police officers around this area, Anniversary Towers, and we also understand there is a good number of officers who are just patrolling the CBD, just to ensure that those who have any businesses or want to access any building in the CBD can do that with ease. But remember, Betty, it's countrywide demonstrations, and we expect that other counties like Kisumu, Mombasa, Kakamega, of course Machakos, where NASA has its roots, or where they state that they have support, will be staging demonstrations. And Betty, it will be just a matter of time and to see